Prepare for a power surge as we lay the groundwork for our colossal 9-chunk energy production complex in our Skyblock world here in All the Mods 9 to the Sky. Hey, welcome back everybody. It's Shino. We're back in All the Mods 9 to the Sky. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. 13.7 million EMC. That's what I'm up to. And that is primarily just coming in from this area right here. Each stack producing 131,000 EMC. So every once in a while, I'll just come through, take that, pop it back in there, and boom. Now we're up to 14,400. 14,400,000 EMC. Wow. Doing pretty good. Last episode, we did the automation of, put the egg up. We did the automation of the dark matter, and we got going through the Project E stuff. And this has been working, but I got some problems, and I'll explain how I figured out what the problem was. I had created over here, I wanted to create multiple nitro ender cells, and I wanted to put in the energy cells into them to give me 4 billion FE on my ender network for power. And in the process of doing that, of course, I had to do a lot with this, and I found a problem. It actually hung up, and the reason it hung up is while it was trying to process like this and that at the same time, it was allowing it to go in there. So I did have this on blocking mode, but there is another setting here that says lock crafting until primary crafting result is returned. I did not have that set up. And so I kept having problems up here with this one when I was trying to create like multiple items that need to come through the summoning altar. And I checked it, and sure enough, I didn't have that one set up as well. So there we go. Now that's set. So now we shouldn't have any more problems with this. It should work through just like it's supposed to. Also created several new seeds for mystical agriculture over the last little bit. So we got prismarine seeds going here. A lot of them apparently. We've got saltpeter seeds. We've got fluorite, uranium, sulfur, and coal and solium seeds. Also got the fire and the air seeds set up over here again. And what else? There's more coal over here. So let's talk about coal. Let's talk about coal indeed. Little bit of a problem we're running into here. Mainly being, we're out of coal. Holy cow. Yeah, so one of the things I wasn't thinking about is I have coal pumping into the back here. Let's go take a look. I got coal pumping into the back here. And so this is filling up with coal. And at the same time, over there in the Britannia area, over there, I'm also pumping coal in. So that was just taking all the coal out of my system. And right now, the only way we're getting coal is from this one single flux sieve system that's set up here. So that's not quite working very gooder for us. We need that to work a lot gooder than what it is right now. So what I've done is I've come over here and I've turned off the coal seeds so that I can get a bunch of coal seeds together. And we're just going to go ham, and we're going to get a lot of extra coal seeds planted so we can produce coal essence. And that won't in itself get us more coal, but it will allow us then, we're not putting that at over here, right? But that will allow us then to be able to get more of the coal essence and maybe hopefully automate the coal recipe for crafting. So then if we need coal in a recipe, it can pull it from the crafter instead of pulling it out of our inventory. So I did create a recipe for crafting coal. So we wanted to make, like not that much, not 1,100. That'll take forever. But if we wanted to make some coal, see, boom, I can do that now. Now we're making lots of coal. In addition, I went ahead and added a gold upgrade on here to allow us to get to 500,000 on the coal essence. I don't think we're ever going to have, that much, but it's nice to know now I've gotten some coal starting to build up. And we're just going to have to do a little more work on that. So what I did also is, let's go over to the bees, and we have created the coal bees and gotten them fully upgraded as well. So we're getting these coal combs. Now you get like, maybe it's a chance to get one piece of coal from each one of these combs. So there's a chance I could get 3 stacks of coal. The likelihood is I've only been getting about 1 stack of coal when I'm processing 3 like that. So this is not the solution by any means. We're going to have to come up with a better solution for our coal shortage as we continue to progress this pack. Probably what that's going to look like is going to be additional sieve units set up so that we can actually be sieving a lot more. And I actually have a plan for that in an upcoming video. Hey, look at what I got going on here. The dragon egg, and it's working. Found out from Dinnerbone that the problem is that the extractor, you can't turn it with a wrench. Once you turn it a Zycraft extractor with a wrench, it completely negates it. So what you have to do is put a block up top, click the extractor underneath the block so it's pointing down, put your chest down, break your block, and then put your egg on top of the extractor, and that's working now. So now every 15 seconds we get 1 dragon egg out of there. And then every 10.5 seconds we're getting dragon's breath out of there. So that's cool. I'm glad to have both of those working now. And then down here for the hostile neural network, I took the other Ender Dragons out of it. We've got 1 Ender Dragon still, and then I put the Shulker one in here, let it build up, and also put the Wither Skeleton in here and got it maxed out to 99.5. So I've got a little area here. We're collecting the generalized Nether predictions, and we're collecting the Ender predictions coming through here. And these are set up for the different prediction models when they come in. They've already been pre-chosen. So yeah, you can have multiple predictions of different types coming into the same loot fabricator, and it'll manufacture based on whatever it gets and based upon whatever you select for it. Cool. I also did take I don't know if I mentioned this already or not, but I took the upgrades off of here, including the void upgrade. So what'll happen now is once this hits the 2000, it'll then begin backstuffing into this area. And then once this is completely full, it'll allow these to backstuff. So next step is I'm going to take that chest that's on the back and I'm going to convert that into a drawer. And we're going to put a stack downgrade in it so it can only hold 64 coal in there. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing over in the Britannia area to make sure we're not getting too much. So as the opening little video showed, we've got a new area over here, and we're going to be building a 9-chunk production area for the production of our energy. And the whole purpose behind this is for the production of the SPS. Part of the end game is to get a couple of the antimatters together. And I think you only need like 5 antimatters. I can't remember how many you need exactly, but my philosophy, I got 2 sayings. One, if you need 1, you need 1.6 thousand, or 16,400, whatever it is with a copper upgrade. The second thing I say is that if you're going to flex on somebody, flex on something expensive. And so I think having a bunch of antimatter would be a pretty big flex. So it takes a lot of energy just to make 1 antimatter. So to make enough to actually flex on somebody, we're going to need a lot of power coming out through here. So what I see is probably this whole chunk here. Each one of these blocks represents a chunk corner. If I hit F9, there you go. There's our chunk corners. So I think in this chunk, we're going to put in a nuclear reactor using the fissile fuel. We'll have the SPS running here in the middle. And then we'll probably have the turbine that will take the steam from that reactor, pump it into here to make that additional energy and power that we need. And so, yeah, we're going to use 3 chunks just for the power needed for the SPS. But I can hear you're saying, but Shino, you've got 9 chunks over here. That's right. I think we're going to take one of these chunks and we're going to turn it into manufacturing, say, fissile fuel. And I want to have enough space here to be able to expand it and to tier it so that we can make more and more and more as we need to. And we also got another chunk over here that we're going to be using that for processing nuclear waste so we can make our plutonium and our polonium, which is something we're going to need part of it for going into the SPS. And then we also have this chunk right here, and we're going to be bringing in our AE2 system over here. I want to have AE2 over here to manage the processing of all the materials into the polonium, plutonium, want to get that out of here. The fissile fuel, want to get that out of here. Want to get these guys out of here. What are you doing? Stonebreaker. Stonebreaker, you say, huh? Mending, Fortune 4, and Unbreaking 5. I don't have any fortune on this pick, do I? I sure don't, do I? Hang on one second. Come here, you. Thank you. Go away. As I was saying, I don't want to run a cable all the way across from over there over to here to bring in the AE2 system. So first things first, we're going to be working on today is going to be setting up the wireless quantum bridge to bring AE2 over here to this platform and give me AE2 so that when I'm in other dimensions, I have access to my terminal, my wireless terminal. So let's get started. To get started, I went ahead and made the recipes for all the quantum links we're going to need, but we're going to need a singularity. Remember those? I think it was last episode I talked about, hey, I've set up singularities. We're going to need those singularities because we got to make the, what's it called? I'll remember here in some, I'll remember here in just a minute. Let's see, we're going to need them ender dust. Let's get enough to make 2 of these, shall we? So let's get another singularity. And we're going to need a lever. And what else? Oh, tiny TNT. Tiny TNT. We're going to need this. Let's get 2 of those as well. Cool. Now, I did set up a little area over here because I wanted to practice a little bit just to make sure that I wouldn't blow up too much. So I took where we had the bedrock and I just put some obsidian around it. And that should work pretty good, actually. So I can take that, and I can take one of those, and I can hit that, and boom. Quantum entangled singularities, just like Mama used to make. Another one, another one. Get her going. There we go. Sweet. For the quantum, so we're going to need 2 of those, and we're going to need 16 of those. And then let's go ahead and make our bridge card too. And the way you build this is we're going to take and build an 8x8 or the little hollow 3x3 like that, and you put one of those in the center of it. Cool. And then you open this up and you put in your singularity. Excellent. Okay, go back over to the workshop. Let's just go right here. This won't be a permanent location for it, but yeah, it'll work. We just need to have access to the system. There you go. And we'll put the singularity into there. Now, I'll need a terminal. ME terminal, cool. And I'll need a, let's grab some cable. Yeah, that'll work. Put it in just like this. Device online. Device offline. Oh, I know what's happening. There you go. That doesn't connect to that thing there. It connects to the sides. That's right. There we go. There we have access to our RME system. So now we have complete control. We can pull the items off from here, multiple directions if we wanted to, and be able to put in our AE2 system so it functions over here. Thank you, Rain. Cool. Let's do the same thing for our terminal here. So I think I'll do that. And that. Is that right? Let's test it and see. No. Let me think about this. Okay, I figured it out. Yeah. I had to put another quantum ring over here, right? So they match up 1-to-1. You can't share. That's why you get two of the singularities, you know, every time you do it. So I put another one right there with a quantum entangled singularity in that one. And then put another one in there. I tried to make another set thinking, well, maybe I, messed it up somehow, but nope. It worked. So there we go. I've got quantum entangled singularity there. Got the bridge card set in. And now, oh, I'm still shrunk. There we go. So now, if I were to hop in here and hit, here we go. Got access to my AE2 system right here. Thank goodness. That is going to be very, very nice. Okay, so now we've got the AE2 system set up over there. That's going to be very handy. Let's start going through what we're going to need for our reactor. Going through the recipes, I went ahead and set up a recipe for the reactor terminal, for the reactor glass, the fuel rods, the reactor control rods, and the reactor casings, and also for graphite. Now, graphite is made by cooking coal. Cool. There's something else that needs coal. So what I'll do instead is let's go ahead and take a bunch of the coal essence. Let's do that much right there. And then now let's do the one downstairs. So let's start off. I want to make the reactor terminal, and we're going to need the control rod. Let's do 5 of those. And 250. And I'm not sure exactly how many of these we're going to need just yet. So let's just go ahead and just make 200 to start off with. And I'm going to make like 60 of those. Cool. And the other thing we're going to need is the reactor redstone port. Let's get one of those made. And we're going to want we're going to want 2 access ports. And I believe that's going to be just about it. At least get started. Anything else we need? Yeah, we've got AE2 over there now. All right, so we go 1, 2, 3 from that side, 1, 2, 3 from that side. I think that'll work. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Cool. About yay big. This will be good for 1, I think. And of course, we'll have to see, what kind of fuel rate are we using on this thing. That's going to be that'll be a big deciding factor, huh? Cool. All right, let me get this filled out. And there we go. All right. This is not a finished reactor yet. Put this up here. We've still got some more stuff we need to do here. So for example, we're going to need the power tap. We're going to have to get that. We're going to need the terminal. And we're going to need 2 reactor access ports. So let's see. A2 is going to be over here. So I'm thinking we want to put probably the reactor ports over on this side. And we're going to do it like that and that. Cool. We're going to put the terminal right here. There we go. And the power tap. Power tap doesn't really matter where we put this at. I'm probably going to put it over on this side. Wow. There we go. All right, redstone ports though. I think we are going to need the redstone ports, aren't we? I think so. Let's go ahead and put in 2 redstone ports here. We're going to put one there and we're going to put one there. So if we look, we've got, this is the inside measure of this thing. We're going to have to put modifiers in here as well as the control rods. And we don't want the control rods to be, or the modifiers to be up along the back glass. So that means really this is the range right here. One more in. Right? So this will be a control rod right here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take along like this, and we're going to put in the rest of the control rods, making sure that we leave a space between each one as we go. So hopefully I didn't screw this up and give too bad of a, gosh. Get some more control rods. So, of course, I made this an even number. I should have made it an odd number. So, you know, doesn't work out exactly. But the biggest important thing is we don't want 2 control rod reactor control rod areas to be touching each other. We want to have space in between them. So that's what we've done. We created that space. Now what we need to do, and I'm going to go ahead and knock out each one of these just so I can keep an eye on where we are. Now what we need to do is, if you take a look at the quest line, you'll see the little bitty dot right there. And this is under moderators, and it tells you, hey, you know, you got to put some stuff next to it, right? And the best thing to do is unobtainium. Well, we don't have unobtainium yet. So you can click on that and it'll say, you know, boom, launch it to another document. I've done that. I've got it available. But if you look at the unobtainium, you'll see that the moderation is 2. So the higher the number, I think the better you are there. And then the heat conductivity is 5 and heat efficiency is 0.82. So that's, you know, that's probably why they say it's going to be the best. So I was looking and I was saying, okay, if unobtainium, if 5 is a good number over vibranium, which is 4, then for a block of diamond, 3 has got to be better than the block of emerald, which is 2.5. So yeah, it says try diamond. So that's exactly what we're going to do, is we're going to try diamond. So what I want to do here is we're going to start filling up, not that one, but we're going to start filling up like this area here, and every other one, we're going to start putting in stacks of diamonds. All right, so we're going to work our way along this. And so everywhere that you have a control rod, we're going to now need to put in these things right here. Like that, and fill those up. Okay. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to do like that. And there it goes. So with that little swoosh, we now see we've got our first big reactor. We can click on it now and we can see that we've got all the information that we need on here. No fuel. So we kick that on. See, nothing's going to happen yet. We got to get fuel into it. And we got to take care of the waste as well. So one of these is going to be an input. And one of these is going to have to be an output. So my initial thought is, let's just go underneath the platform here. And we'll probably end up putting like the dense cable underneath here. Should be able to put that there and put that there. And we'll need an import bus. The import bus is going to go on. And the export bus is going to go right there. And the export is going to be uranium. Keep that on. You can see the uranium is starting to get melted and put down there into the bottom. And we're producing 23,000 RF per tick. You can see we got 277 millibuckets of waste. The waste is coming out and it's going in as cyanide ingots. That's the output for that. And I really, you know, I've always talked about this. I don't know if there's much you can use except for making the turbine stuff out of it. It looks like you're going to need it for making the turbines anyway. So that's a good thing, I guess, for going ahead and getting this stuff out of here. But right now, we got to kind of fine tune this thing to kind of give us the output that we want. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make an energy trash can. Cool. All right, we're taking an energy trash can and we're going to put it right here. And I'm going to pop this off of here for now. And I think what I'd like to use for a cable, something that can move a lot of FE per tick. So the energy cable, the nitro cables can move 1 million FE per tick. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. So we'll put that down there and we're going to, now we're going to take this cable and we're going to put it here. Now, can I control? So I want that to be a push. Another one. Anything good? Zombie heads. Wither skeleton skulls. Uh-huh. Yeah. Heck yeah, baby. Give me some emeralds, please. Hey, where are you going? I'm trying to buy from you. How many of these are you going to give me? 5. I'll take the wither skeleton skulls too. 5 of those. I'm going to take the pink dye also. Purple dye. You never know when you're going to want that kind of stuff. Everything else I think we're okay with. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Back to what I'm doing. I need to, I am going to need to set this up with some prioritization, I think. So this may not let me do what I want it to do. That's out there. And that's going to be push also, right? So we kick this on. And you're going to see the way it's going to max out on temperature. Now, from what I understand, and we're going to risk it here a little bit, but from what I understand, these will not melt down. These will not explode as the temperature goes up, right? So I'm hoping. So right now we're using 4 millibuckets per tick. So that's about 25 ticks. So about 1 ingot a second is what we're using right now. So you can come up and you can adjust the rods. And if you hold Alt, it'll adjust all the rods at once. And if you hold the shift, it'll take it up by 10. So we're going to take it up that way and see, does that reduce the amount? No, that actually increased it, didn't it? Okay. So Alt, take it all the way down. It was at like 15. Yeah, see, now it's not using any. So we do need it to be just a little bit. Right? So let's do Alt and go up by 10. I guess up 90. And that's producing, you know, we're closing in on 200,000. There we go. 200,000 RF per tick is what we are producing. That should all be going straight into the trash can right now. Unlimited. Yeah, unlimited. So we're not showing anything. Yeah, see, we're not showing anything stored in there right now. So everything we're doing right now is being voided off. But that's at 2 millibuckets per tick. I think I'd like to get it to around that 4 range. So let's do another 10. We'll take it to 80%. And that's at 5. So let's take it. Take it to 86. There we go. I feel good about that. So we're under that 4 millibuckets per tick. Might be able to go up one more, but you see the temperature's coming down off of it now. And we're producing about 226,000 RF per tick. So I'm okay with that. Now we could, if we wanted to, because we still got, you know, an extra space here, we could move this out one that way, one that way, one this way, make it a little wider. Leave the number of control rods in there so we don't fix this at all. We just increase the surface area of it on the inside, and that would make it a little more efficient as far as energy goes, and would allow us to use, you know, the rods a little better. But right now we are burning, like I said, that 4 millibuckets per tick. So it would take 25 ticks. So just a little bit over 1 ingot per second is what we're burning through there. I like it. I think that's going to work out pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. So let's see. We're going to go ahead and take this one. Take that. We're going to go ahead and take this one as well. And now that we've got the cyanite, we can go ahead and take that one as well, which leads us now to reprocessing our waste. Waste is actually rather useful. Making a cyanite reprocessor allows you to convert 2 cyanide ingots into plutonium. The reprocessor will also need water to complete the conversion. Plutonium is used in several crafting recipes, but can also be used in a reactor for fuel, just like uranium. That's good. So we can take the cyanite, turn it back into plutonium, and stick it back in. Cool. Okay, let's bookmark that one. I'm going to take that one off, that one, and that one off. So we'll mark that one, and then we won't have to worry about, we'll get the plutonium from that. Cool. Almost getting to the point of just saying, let's just make a recipe for everything that we make. I don't know how many times I have gone in and had to go back in and make something. Cyanide reprocessor. Just going to make one for now. And we're going to need water for this. So we're going to need a kitchen sink. See? See, exactly what I meant right there. Don't have a recipe for the kitchen sink. If you're excited about powering up your ATM9 world with big reactors, smash that like button. It helps the channel very, very much. Thanks. So with the cyanide reprocessor, let's, we're still inside the chunk here. So let's put that in right there. It does require power. And it requires water. So we'll put the cyanide into there. And out comes the plutonium. Okay. All right. That's pretty slow. So let's make another cyanide processor or two. Okay, I'm thinking I can just do this right here. That should be more than enough water coming in to fill all these up. And it doesn't use it very quickly, so I don't think we'll have to worry about it running out. Got the import buses on the back, so we just need to get power filled up. There we go. Oh, no, I need another. Ah, okay. I know what we can do. Grab universal cables. Okay, it did take one out, and it's working. Cool. So it is taking the, so what I do want to do though is I need a pipe upgrade that will allow for round robin. And I believe that that is that one right there. Round robin. So that should be putting the output back into our system. And there we go. We're getting plutonium in. So that takes care of the waste output. Power, I feel pretty good about. It's coming down. We're still at that 4. Yeah, that's going to work right there. Sweet. All right, been thinking this through just a little bit, and we need to use plutonium. So we'll need to, we need to have a recipe for getting plutonium, or we just need to have it, going in here all the time. But to do that, we would have to use up all of our cyanide. And looking at these recipes, we're going to need more cyanide than we are plutonium. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to end up making a recipe. We need to make it a processing recipe, right? Like that. So I moved everything else out of here, put a pattern provider back here. So I've put this back into being an import bus. So it's importing now all of the cyanide that comes out from there. We're going to put this here again, and we'll put the universal pipe onto there and like that. Now, we're going to set this. Do we need to set this on blocking? No, I don't think we do. Let's try it and see. So let's do plutonium. Let's say we want let's do 8. There we go. That is not a very fast recipe. Ooh, this machine's not very quick, is it? Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, I don't looking at the usage for the plutonium of what's going into the turbine terminal, for making ludicrite, and then for making the plutonium blocks. Other than that, really, blood magic tag item filter, Hellfire Forge for making the reinforced resonator. Anyways, you get the point. There's only just like a few recipes that we're going to need this stuff for. In fact, so few that probably what we have right there probably going to be enough for what we are going to be doing probably for the rest of the series. Yep, 62. Cool. That's working. All right. While I'm thinking about this, let's go ahead and let's fix this problem here. And we've put a downgrade on that. So it won't be able to take any more than 64 total into that. So this is at 1.3 thousand, coming up on 2,000. So yeah, we still got a was before that. There's another one. Captive Dreams. That's the one that I want right there, sir. Thank you. Where are you going? That's the one I've been looking for. That finishes off what I had. I don't put all my eggs in one basket, so having multiple forms of energy production gives me flexibility to shut down one system while I upgrade or expand it, and still have enough power to keep all necessary functions running. All right, thinking about this, probably going to have to end up increasing the size of this. We're going to have to make a lot of cyanide. So I'm thinking maybe we'll go ahead and put in the turbine right here in this chunk, and we'll put another reactor the same size over in this chunk. And we'll use one of these for operating the turbine for making like the huge amount of power. And then we'll use another one over here for just making cyanide. And we'll make it like really inefficient so it burns through a lot of cyanide really fast. To do that, though, we're going to have to increase our uranium output. Yeah, I mean, we're doing good. It's gaining, but, you know, I've got this turned off right now. So with it turned off, you know, nothing's using the uranium. But when we kick it back on, of course, we'll be using a lot more. If we're running 2, we're definitely going to be using a lot more. So I think that's probably what I'll do. Now, we don't have everything we need for setting up the turbine yet. We're going to need a lot more cyanide for that. So I'm going to let this thing run while I am kind of AFK here on the server. And we're just going to let it build up cyanide. And then that way I'll get all the components together for the turbine, but I won't build it until you're back with me in a future episode. Yeah, I'll just wait on that. And then we'll start looking at what we can do to upgrade the modifiers or the moderators inside there, getting away from diamond, getting into something a little more efficient. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. All the mods 9 to the sky. Hope you enjoyed it. Bigger reactors. Got to love them. Hey, next episode, I've heard somebody say that we can kill a warden. So we're going to start doing the spawn islands and start going after the warden. Should be a lot of fun. All right. Thanks for spending time with me. This is Shino, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.